What's up, humans? Welcome to the Cyborg Kitchen. I'm Terrio, the vegan cyborg, aka the Bean Slayer. I'm here to show you how to whip up some tasty treats and delicious meals that don't involve any animal products. You know why? Because peace begins on your plate. Something very special today, Paul Reuben sandwiches, or just Reuben sandwiches if you don't know who Pee Wee Herman is. We're gonna make some seitan corned beef Reuben sandwiches out of the seitan that I made the other day. It's gonna be delicious, so hold your horseradish. All right, so to start off, we're gonna need to make our sauce, and this is a Russian sauce. I don't know what the difference between a Russian sauce and Italian sauce is, other than the fact that Russian sauce has horseradish in it. So let's get to making the sauce. So this sauce consists of just very few things. First off, we're gonna start with just a little bit of onion. You gotta chop that up real fine because you don't want big old chunks of onion. I'm only making this for myself, but I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise and about a tablespoon of ketchup. Then 1/2 teaspoon of horseradish and 1/2 teaspoon of vegan Worcestershire and a pinch of salt. Feel free to double that up if you're making 4 to 5 sandwiches. You know what? I'm a rebel and I love relish, and I think I want to put some of it in here because, I don't know, it just feels like it needs it. Now we're gonna need some sauerkraut, and a nice dark rye is my choice today. This is a Vancouver Island bakery called Portofino, and I had this earlier this week for one of these sandwiches that I made with beets, and it was delicious. So I'm gonna do it again. So best thing to do with your sauerkraut is you don't want to be all soggy and wet. So take it out and just kind of drain it a little bit. So we're going to put some butter on a couple of pieces of bread because we want the bread to be nice and crunchy so that when we bite into it, it's not a soppy, messy mess. In the meantime, we're going to toast up or heat up our corned beef seitan and melt some Swiss cheese as well. And I'm using the chow cheese. It's very good, very melty and delicious. All right, let's get some butter on there. We're also gonna heat up our horseradish just a little bit. This is where you're gonna wanna put your corned beef on the heat and add just a couple slices of Swiss cheese to the top of it so it gets all melted. All right, we're gonna toast that up. Let the cheese get all melty. Get the corned beef all hot. And we're gonna let that go for a few minutes. Put that all together and we're going to squish it down, kind of like a hot press, panini style. All right, so the first side of the bread's done. We're gonna butter this side, flip them over. Okay, now that it's getting pretty close to done, everything's getting melted and warm, we're gonna start putting the sauce on, the Russian sauce, and we'll go from there. And if you're a sauce boss like I am, you put sauce on both sides of the bread. Now let's check on that seitan with all the melted cheese. It's looking pretty good in there, so let's just plop that right down on top of the sauce. Now get that sauerkraut, stick it right on top of that cheese. I like to get every last bit of it because I love me some sauerkrauts. Now ever so gently pick up that other piece of bread and sandwich all the goodness. Now what I like to do is put a little tiny lid on top of it so it kind of squishes it. Traps in the heat. And now it's time to flip it, so ever so gently scoop it up and flip it over. All right, let's see what we got. There you have it, Reuben sandwich, Seitan corned beef, little pickle on the side. Top it up with some chips. Now let's try the sandwich. Can you see that? Like, can you see that? Look at it. Would you look at it? Just look at it. So good. I'm making another one immediately. That's a Reuben sandwich for you. I hope you try it out. Highly recommend it. Check out the Seitan video for the meat inside. Excellent. And thanks again for stopping by. I'm just gonna keep eating. Bye. So we're going to give a couple of pieces of rye bread a little bit of butter and toast it and heat up our corned seitan beef thing and put some cheese on it. And where the f is the camera going?